All right, for part 2 of the lab, you're going to be using a lab quest and a motion detector. So you'll notice first off, the very first thing that I did was to take my stand off of the table and I put it in a chair. Now that's because we have to line up the motion sensor with the pendulum itself. And it's a whole lot easier to move both pieces than to try and build up the motion detector so that it's high enough to reach where the pendulum is. You could put the stand on the floor if you prefer to do that and move your motion detector up from there, but this is just the easiest way for me. So again, you can see that I've got the stand just sitting in a chair. The chair is right up next to my counter, or my table in this case. And then I'm going to bring the video over here. What we're going to need to do for part 2 is to take your motion detector and you need it to line up with your pendulum. Now you see how when I look at it straight on, my pendulum is hanging exactly right in the center of that little gold screen. That's my motion detector. So I know that my motion detector is looking directly at the pendulum. Now part 2 may take a little bit of trial and error because it is kind of a tricky part. So what I'm going to do is come over here on my lab quest. Let's see, where's my lab quest? There it is. And I'm going to hit play so that it starts recording. Now it's waiting for me to move, so I'm going to swing my pendulum. And you can see I've got a little bit of a little bump there. We're looking at this red line up at the top. You can see I don't have quite a full swing. Right here at the very top, that's where it started. It went away and it came back, but it doesn't make that whole full swing. And this is where having a partner comes in handy, because you can have somebody start and then you don't have to wait for the person to move. So let's try this again. I'm going to hit play. Then I'm going to start my swing. And that's not too bad, but you see these little flat parts, okay? That little flat part here, this little flat part up here, this little flat one here. What that means is that the pendulum is swinging a little bit crooked from the motion detector. The motion detector is not quite seeing it straight on. So I'll show you right here. It's still swinging, okay? And when we come around from this side, you can see that I didn't swing it straight. You can see it swinging on a diagonal. So whoever's in charge of swinging your pendulum for part 2 has to make really, really sure that you're swinging it straight toward the motion detector and then it's coming back. And this is where your kind of trial and error comes in. All you really need to have is one really good wave or one really good set of bumps on your graph. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, so that's what I had before. Let's try it again. Play. And, oh, that's really close. See, here's where I was in the way. And then it went down and up. I just want one more good down there. Okay, I'm going to try it one more time. Let me set my video device down here. Let's see if I can do one really good one. And you can see I still have some flat parts, so it's going to take a little bit of work, but that's all you're doing. And once you get a really, really good graph, then you're done with part 2. As far as the data collection goes. Once you've collected all of your data for that, then you can move on and answer the questions.